First thing up was, now that you're into music, are you the fittest artist in music right now?
Man, probably. I think I would be the fittest musician. I don't know any other musicians that work out as hard as I do. So yeah, I probably might be the fittest musician.
So I guess you really don't think of that, do you?
No, it's kind of second nature.
Who would be number two then in your estimation?
Man, who would be number two? I don't know. I have to do some research on that. But like I've always thought Nelly was pretty athletic. When I was young, I used to watch him play football. I used to be a huge football fan, so he could move. Snoop Dogg's actually pretty athletic. Um, let's see. And I mean, I've seen Wiz Khalifa do a little bit of boxing and stuff, so it's a couple of them out there, but I'm a professional athlete though.
Now, is there a difference now between football shape and say music video shape?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I think it is. With with football, football has like 35 to 40 seconds in between each play. And then you got the music where you just got to shoot the music video for like how many seconds, and then stand there and just like mouth the words of the song. Like that's you don't really have to be in that much shape to do that. But if you're an artist and you're on stage and you like to move around a lot, you got to be in shape for that, or you're gonna gas out. Because that almost happened to me when I was performing with at Charles Witz, my teammate. When we played on the Raiders, he's promoting his Witz and his whiskey, so Witz and whiskey, and I was moving on stage so much that I started getting winded. And I'm like, damn, like I need to run a little bit more. So next time I performed, I was in shape for it.
Like, did that catch you off guard, like really big time, or?
Heck yeah, but also I got ADHD, so I like to move around. Like I get bored sitting in one spot, so I had to move around a little bit.
So what happened the second time? How did it work out?
Second time was cake. It was cake, man. I still had more wind. I almost wanted to just run sprints in the Vegas casino.
You go to on tour a lot now, or?
I've been performing a lot more than usual, and I'm actually working on getting more shows set up. Even when I go back to the XFL this year, I'm looking at performing in clubs, different venues and stuff, and just doing real world stuff to touch more people.
Now, does your routine have to change a little bit as far as from football to music, as far as long nights in the studio,
No,
mornings?
no. Honestly, I think a lot of people got. I think a lot of people have it fucked. They kind of got it fucked up, man. Like life is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing has to be that hard. Like if you either got the talent or you don't. If you don't have it, work on it a little harder. But like, no, nothing really has to change. Like people used to ask me for how my thought process, how I process things with kicking the ball and everything. I'm like, bro, just kick the ball. Like it's simple. Do little things like little key points that put you on point. But other than that, nah. So like with the music, it's just I can make a song in 20, 30 minutes. So it's simple. Now for the engineer, if you got a good engineer, it might take them a little bit of time because they gotta like change it and adjust it to the way that you want it, the song.
Going to 30 minutes of writing, it's going to take me 6 weeks to get this thing written up. How do you do it so quick? Like, how can you get it like that? What's I don't want to say the trick to it, but like, what's your thought process in actually putting lyrics to paper? And
I gotta hear the song, or I gotta get a drink and go out somewhere and kind of get in some trouble, or get a drink and go watch somebody else getting in trouble, or just create a story and then I can just come up with it. But the beat kind of dictates where I'm trying to go.
right, so then how'd you come up with the Sweet Tea lyrics? So I've had that on like 2-hour loop before this.
Sweet Tea, my cousin actually wrote the lyrics for that one. Professional regular guy. He's really musically inclined for real. He's really good at writing lyrics, and he just came up as soon as he made the song during COVID, and then I heard a beat that the lyrics can actually fit on, and I was trying to sing a melody to try to match the beat, and he was like, "That's perfect." So after that, I just wrote the verses, kept the chorus that he had, and just wrote 2 verses.
Like, how long is the process for that? Just from beginning to end, from writing it to video?
So I say I probably walk around my house a couple of times, listen to the beat, And then to write the song, well, he already had the chorus written. He did that, and I just threw it on there. To come up with the lyrics, I just trying to put myself in that position again and see what would I do during COVID if I was back in Georgia sitting on the porch just chilling. And I was like, I would call a bunch of people over to just have like a little kickback, like a bonfire or something. So I was like, all right, let's come up with a story where you just randomly run into a couple of people that you know, and what would you be thinking about? And voila.
Got it. So what do you consider yourself? Are you a country artist? Are you a pop EDM? Like the label is EDM pop country. Like
I bounce between all three of those genres. I feel like once an artist should not be boxed in one thing. Just like I say in real life, like how it can kind of be hard to be to push music out in the US because people only see me as an athlete. And I feel like as an artist, you should be able to like paint your style on different types of beats because you're an artist, unless you want to continuously do the same thing. But I've always been into that style of music. I feel like I'm really good at adapting to those styles and adding my style on there. But I definitely bounce between pop, hip hop, and EDM. So, and plus, like listening to music, I don't want to listen to the same style of music the whole time. I need something that changes up every once in a while. You know, it gets boring listening to the same style of music. So,
what do you listen? What's on the way home? What are you listening to right now?
honestly, I listen to deep house. So I like R&B. I like deep house. Um, uh, I like Jill Scott. I like Erykah Badu. I like Kim. I like Samantha James. I like Lisa Shaw. Um, I like Miguel Miggs. I don't know, this music that I listen to and the music that I make definitely different.
So where'd you film Summer Nights at? I kept going back and forth on trying to see which mountain that was, and
I filmed that in Palm Springs,
oh, so I wasn't nowhere even near here. So okay, it's like totally did not.
about 4 hours.
Like so, all mountains do look the same apparently. So
Uh, and
pretty cool. So what in that case, what is a normal day in the life of Marquette King as far as music? You got music, you have train, you have your football, and where's the training come in?
the training comes in early in the morning. Like today, I train. Like I get up at like 5:30, go to the gym, work out, and then go to the field after the gym, do some runs, and then Tuesdays, Thursdays, play basketball. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I play basketball too. And I feel like basketball is really good at like working with quickness, just getting all over overall shape. But so that way when I finish around like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, brunch, I got the whole day to do whatever else I want. And I choose to focus on music. So some days I just don't work on music, and some days I do. Like I'm not in the studio all the time, but like I'm constantly listening to beats and thinking about stories and stuff I can add to them. So when I'm fully prepared, then I go to the studio because you don't want to just go to a studio all the time and you just waste money.
So what is your training routine now? Is it football specific now? Is it just a mix of conditioning?
I think I think music is more of the main focus, and football is considered more of a hobby for me right now. But also, like I've always said, no matter what, like nobody ever be able to outpunt me, outperform my position because I train to be the best at whatever I do. I can be an underwater basket weaver and I'll still be the best. I'll put the time and the work in to make sure I'm still the best. But like I said, you can't do the same thing all day. Like you can only kick a certain amount of balls, and while you're kicking a certain amount of footballs, you try to focus on being perfect each time. And that's the trainer right there. You focus on consistency. And with the music, like it's no different than somebody just being on their laptop or being on their phone scrolling through social media.
What is the key then to punting? Like what was the original Marquette King workout to get yourself to be the baddest punter in the NFL in football?
I just I do what a lot of punters don't do, and I just do like skill position stuff, like receiver. I used to be a receiver, so I do a bunch of wide receiver stuff, um, explosive workouts, ladder drills, hurdle jumps, and everything, agility stuff. Just things that work on quick twitch muscles and stuff, and but also a lot of that's God given too. So I just try to zone in on it a little bit, sharpen it.
How common is it for a punter to go down and down his own punt? Like you did.
that's
How
not easy, but I also didn't feel like hearing my coach go off on me again because the punt before that rolled in the end zone, and it's really hard to punt in the XFL at the time, which is now the UFL now. But I mean, the second time they made me punt from the 35 because I would have thought that they would let the kicker kick it because he has a really good leg. Taylor Russolino, he has a really good leg, so I would have thought he was gonna kick it. But the closer you get, the higher you got to kick it, and it's harder to aim even when you can't kick it out of bounds because it's against the rules. So I just started jetting it and I was like, I'm not finna let this roll in the end zone. So I just tried to run as fast as I could.
I mean, have you done that before? Is that
Nah, because I could punt it out of bounds in the NFL. So I would just pin it inside the 5.
so? Then when you did go on, and entertain the crowd afterwards, a whole lot of boos afterward. What's
I
more
love
energizing?
boos.
What's more energizing for you? Is it hearing the boos or hearing a whole crowd cheer for you?
I like the boos. I've always liked the away games. I never like home games as much. I enjoy the home games, but I like away games a lot more.
With that as well, as do you do a lot of speed training as well? I mean, just in instances like that, or was that just a kind of a fluke move?
What you mean?
As far as downing your own punt, I mean, do you do a lot of sprint works just in the event that you have to really start running downfield more?
Nah. I mean, but during practice, I used to run routes with the receivers and stuff. So, I mean, it'll still keep me in shape for it.
Back to singing a little bit here. What as far as music, as far as writing music, I also saw it said that you said it helps with your mental health. How did you find out that that's where a great outlet for?
Well, because I don't know, it got to a point to where sometimes I have days where I don't have people to talk to sometimes. And the best way I can get how I feel out is putting it in a song. And it's like, there's so many people in the world. I'm sure somebody in this world is going through the same thing that I'm going through. So maybe they'll like the song, or it's a way to just get it out. And once I talk about it, put it out there, then I don't have to think about it or deal with it no more. So, and even when you do that from time to time, it will come back and hit you a little bit. But then it's like, it's more of a feeling of just letting go how I feel. So
When did you know you're really good at music itself?
I'm trying to think what song. I don't know the specific song, but like I don't know. I just always knew I liked music. I don't know. I don't really know. I just always thought I was pretty good with music. And then I was like, you know what? I want to see what my voice sounds like on it. And at the time I made the most trash song of all time, but it was a cool song because like you could feel the energy that I was putting into it and the excitement that I had into it. And a lot of people downloaded the song. I had over a couple of thousand, like over 20,000 downloads of it. And I was like, if people like this, then if people like that, then the stuff that I'm making now, if I was still playing in the league, it'll be ridiculous. So
What was it? You remember the first lyrics that you did come up with?
you said the first lyrics I
The
came up
first
with?
lyrics you ever came up. Do you remember any of those or?
I got the cup, I got the juice. What I said? I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't even want to talk.
Oh man.
Yeah, you might gotta go to just go to YouTube and just look up I got the cup, and then you'll see. Cause I was just having fun at that time. Like 2015, 2016, I was just having fun and man, just making stuff. And then the more I kept making songs, the better I started getting. So
What's the future going to be like as far as Marquette King and music?
I'm focused on being one of the most well-known artists in the world. I want to use music to impact people, help them out with mental health, and just bring a good time to any vibe, to any place, any venue. I want to bring a good time there because life's too short. No, I was just saying, but also still be one of the best punters to play in the game of football because I'm still playing in the XFL, or UFL, so that's the plan. And yeah, just be the best version of myself I can be.
Now, I read, or I watched one of your interviews that you said XFL or now the UFL is more fun. Is that true or?
The UFL is more fun. XFL is more fun at the time. Way more fun. They allowed you to be yourself. They even asked me to perform at the last home game in Dallas, and I got to perform in front of like 2,000 people. So that was cool. Right after the game, never heard of before, but they encourage you to be yourself. And it's just people just laid back and just having fun, enjoying themselves.
Now, did you make punting fun and entertaining by design, or was it just an accidental
I've
stumble?
always thought punting was fun. Punting is therapeutic for me too. Um, it's Punting's always been really fun for me. I like watching the ball go in the air real high and stuff. And when they make you kick a ball all practice and you're on the field by yourself, when you actually do something that can benefit your defense and put them in a position to help the team win a game or dominate that series of plays, it's one of the best feelings in the world for me because I've trained and I've worked hard to get to that point. And the amount of impact that punters and kickers have in a game, and receivers and cornerbacks and all that, it's about the same. All that stuff weighs the same. I don't care who it is, what position you play. Maybe not the quarterback because he has to throw the ball, like remember all the plays and stuff. But I mean, everybody makes the same type of impact. I think a lot of people that have like a boxed in, an old school mentality where they think people are supposed to act or do things a certain way, the old school mindset, they just don't like it. It's kind of what have it, you know?
Now, is there a certain routine, certain workout, certain exercise that every punter should do? Is there a routine that you do that makes you stand out from every other punter?
Um, Not really. I just lift weights, make sure I still look good, do my agility, my running, make sure I'm in shape, do my kicking to make sure I'm in kicking shape because that's a different kind of shape. But I feel like when it comes to punters and kickers are like Avengers. Like everybody has their own skill that they're really good at. Maybe some punters can kick real low line drives out of bounds. Some punters can kick really high and really far. And some punters are really good at pinning teams inside the 10, 20, 10-yard line. So everybody's kind of different. Everybody's body shape different. So you just got to do what works for you.
I mean, does focus, mental health, is that all tie in as well as punting? I mean, you got to get every step done. You've got to have if you're off by, I'm guessing by a quarter inch or whatever, it may go left, it may go right. I mean, you have to really be focused, honed in on every single.
I mean, for those point couple of seconds, yeah. I mean, you gotta stay in the zone for that and make sure you do everything right. And then once the ball leaves your foot, like you can't control the rest of that. Like that's it. So yeah, as long as you control what you can do in those milliseconds that you got, you're good.
I mean, is there any routine that you have to do for that, or is it just repetition, repetition, repetition?
Repetition, consistency, just like with music. Like you just got to be consistent with it, and you'll just get better and better. And yeah.
Now, as far as off the field, out of the recording studio, do you do anything like you said, recovering just to make yourself, I guess, get in shape for the next day, be ready to go the next day?
I mean, I pretty much get ready to go for the next day, but like I still enjoy myself. Like I like hanging out at the resorts and stuff out here, so I'll probably go somewhere, get a nice glass of wine, and just check out the view, see people watch a little bit, and hang out by the fire, and then I'll get ready for my day the next day.
Got it. As far as nutrition, anything special that you do that
Um,
keeps you the fittest musician?
Let me see. I just try to eat clean. Um, I don't eat a lot of fried food. Um, if I'm gonna eat a lot of carbs, I load up on carbs on the night before. Before I know I'm gonna do a lot of running or a lot of movement, like today. Um, Other than that, no, not really. Just keeping life simple. I think the key is up here, keeping it simple up here.
Well, what do people get wrong then when it comes to
People get
that?
wrong there. They overthink, and I think a lot of people they they're so worried about what other people about them to where it kind of like freezes them, messes with the mental can mess with you a lot when you think about how others perceive you. You just got to do what you do what works for you, and do what makes you happy. That's the key.
I mean, did you have to do any changes or any type of mental prep for that, or is that just a natural thing that you've always
It's
come with?
natural. I mean, when I was younger and I was living in Georgia, yeah, I mean, I felt like I had to kind of act a certain type of way because you know, parents kind of raise you like that, you know, like do this a certain way, act like this. But now I don't give a fuck. I just live. I'm very respectful though. I respect people. I treat people the way I want to be treated. And I enjoy putting smiles on people's faces. But other than that, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks of me.
So what, if you were to give advice to somebody, what would be for being yourself? And not, I don't want to say conforming, but just being yourself. Like what advice would you give them, or step one to say, here's
Life's too short, man. Life's too short. You don't want to be one of the people that lay in the bed when you get older and can't do anything and regretting the chances and the shots that you didn't take. Like, shoot all the shots that you can.